Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner, and today I have Stephanie Murray with us. She is a high performance life coach. So welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for joining us. We'll dive in. The first question I have for you, Stephanie, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
I would say probably one of my best stories is sort of where your mess becomes your message. And one of the things that happened to me in my life was I was ridiculed by my mother about my weight from a very early age. And this led me to a life of constantly feeling like I had to be perfect in everything because everybody was going to judge me based on my outward appearance and all the things that show in my life. But what it led me to was sort of a big burnout, both mentally and physically. And what I had to learn was that being perfect wasn't serving me, and it wasn't helping me be not judged or accepted by others. And in fact, it was quite the opposite. It tended to force me to alienate myself. So what I've learned from that is that to be your authentic self, that perfection isn't the key to acceptance, love, and happiness, but being your authentic self is.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
That coaching isn't therapy. It's a popular misconception that people think if you get a coach, that means you need therapy, that you can't do life on your own. Therapy takes people from dysfunction to functional, and coaching helps take people who are functional to optimal. And that nobody really needs coaching. That everybody has the answers that inside themselves, and that we are just here to help reveal them and help to show their greatnesses and their weaknesses and to help them overcome those weaknesses.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice? So not necessarily industry specific.
Always be in integrity. Integrity is key in business. It will lead people to trust you. And once people trust you, they will want to do business with you.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Be yourself. Don't rely on the judgment or validation of others.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
Finding what you're passionate about and living it every single day.
And what's the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
I've read so many, especially recently, but the one that really kind of sticks with me the most is the book The Secret. And it really taught me that shifting your mindset to a place of gratitude and positivity will bring more of that into your life. It will attract more, that your thoughts become your feelings, which become your actions, which lead to results, both bad and good. So shifting it to a place of good will lead to good.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote is really, it is what it is. It's very simplistic in its truest form, but I believe that it helps you sort of be able to release maybe sometimes the emotional connection to a situation, and that not to overanalyze or spend too much time worrying about it, but accepting it for what it is and being able to move on and away from it.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
Two places. Facebook, it's Coach Steph AZ, all one word on Facebook is my page. And then on Instagram, it's Coach_Steph_AZ.
Perfect. Thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.